Hey guys, it's Benjamin Dane, and we are here on the set with James Burgess. I was going to say James Cameron, but you're not quite James Cameron.
Not quite.
No. You kind of look like him, though, in a way.
Yeah, I've actually had people tell me that. His face is a little thinner than mine.
Another James.
Another James.
We are here. Actually, behind us is the First Century Village where they shot The Chosen for the first couple of seasons. So we're here at Capernaum Studios during content. And I wanted to talk to James. Really, as you guys know, James is the DP, director of photography for Struck, but he also has worked on numerous amounts of projects, many projects. And he is here teaching a class on cinematography. So what did you guys discuss in your class today?
What did we discuss? Well, I have a Bachelor of Science degree in cinema, so what I basically did was take the first 2 years of my study and compress it down into 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Which, can be done.
Kind of rough.
Kind of fast, rapid. What I do is I talk about the language of cinema, which was really developed in the film era, and now we carry it over into the digital era.
Right.
So it's the five major aesthetics that determine a cinematic shot, basically. So it's things like framing, composition, blocking, movement, lighting, and how all of those play into creating an image that people are attracted to and want to watch. And
well, I was in there and I saw that there's this incredible like monster crane camera thing that kind of resembles a gimbal but isn't, and it does all these amazing moves. Yes. Tell us about that. That was pretty incredible.
So my friend that lives here in the Metroplex, Bobby Hester, he purchased a Technocrane 22. The 22 is the length of the crane at its maximum extension. So it'll shrink down to 11 and expand out to 22, and the bugs
the crazy bugs.
But what's so cool about this, there's always been some type of crane used in motion picture production or television production.
Yeah.
The jib is probably the most recognized name for a crane. But this is called a Technocrane, and actually it's a Technocrane 22 Plus. So it has a computer as part of its system. So you can predetermine spots where you want the camera to be. So like if the arm were to start at 11, so that would be the A point, and extend to 22, that would be the B point.
Wow.
But what's happening is the camera on the end of the crane is getting closer to the talent. So normally you would have a first AC on your camera adjusting the focus as the camera's getting closer, or the talent is getting closer, depending on which one is moving. So you can preset the start and end of the crane extension or retraction, and then you can set the start and end of the focus track. Oh, wow. So as the crane is moving, it's also doing the rack focus for you. Keep the subject in focus the whole time that the crane is extending.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
only that, you can preset the start and stop of a zoom. So you could be extending and zooming at the same time. And because you've locked this into the memory, it's going to zoom the lens to start when you want it to and end when you want it to. Wow. It's amazing. The other thing it'll do, this crane is fantastic. When you think about a crane moving, it's a fixed length of an arm, usually. But since this thing extends and retracts, you can start at A position. And if it were a regular crane, you'd get an arc in the movement. It would get closer and then further away. So what this thing will do, it'll start here, and it will retract as it moves across, and then extend as it gets here. So it's actually moving the camera in a straight linear line. Wow. The same thing as you would do if you had a dolly and you had a lay track to get a straight line dolly move. This thing does that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's really, those are things that took several moves, right? Normally. And then now it's all in one machine that's able to get the moves, the combining several shots really, or several camera moves that you couldn't do before.
Right.
So, which is incredible. And technology has improved so much, and we're seeing so much with AI and a lot of the digital capabilities of adding things. People don't realize that it's not real, but also set in Wes's green screen, and he's adding people that are not there and doing these really just amazing things that I don't think were possible a couple of years ago.
When I started, it was only film.
Yeah.
So all these things that we sort of take for granted today involve multiple steps.
Yeah.
Whereas today, it's basically like, hey, let's do this, program it and do it. And
Yeah,
you're done.
just do it.
Yeah. It's just-
Yeah. Well, tell me, what I find fascinating is lighting. I love lighting, how you can set a mood with just the lights, and I know, because I've shot with you several times, lighting is it's such a great effect, and you're so good at it. I've seen you, I've watched you, and you're very particular about your light. But it really does set a mood. It can be a very moody, gritty, or it could be a very romantic, shot, and the lighting says so much. So talk about lighting a little bit.
Well, lighting is really my paintbrush. So I'm creating highlights and shadows and everything in between. And there's a character to the light. It's either going to be very soft or very harsh and spectral. It may change color. So,
Right.
As the sun starts in the east and moves to the west, it actually changes color. Not that the sun changes color, but because of the distance it's traveling through the atmosphere, certain wavelengths are being absorbed. So it's the same thing. We don't really notice it that much, but I try to do the same thing when I'm lighting a scene. I have to know, is the scene taking place in the morning, midday, or evening? And so that infects my decision as to what color temperature I should be using on my lights to convince the audience that it's actually taking place at 8 p.m. instead of 8 a.m.
Right.
Because we may be shooting at 8 a.m. and in the story time, it's actually 8 p.m.,
Sure. Yeah, and it's dependent on if you're shooting on location, where you're shooting an exterior, or I've watched you diffuse the sunlight as well. If the lighting's too harsh from the sun, you've got to diffuse it a little bit for the camera. But lighting is really just amazing. But I was also watching today, he was discussing really about how to do different shots, from either having the camera very low or having the camera high. And remember that when we shot Beyond the Farthest Star, and how you guys were up so high and shooting down at the car. And, it's really, I didn't even think about this, but the shadow of the trees were so important.
On the street, on the pavement. Yeah. It just gave it a really eerie, it's almost like fingers reaching in over the top of that shot. Yeah.
Yes, and you did a similar shot when I was playing the deputy, and I found the body, discovered the body, and there was this kind of upper shot that you shot, kind of a distant overview shot of the whole scene. It was kind of the master shot. But you see the cop coming out of the car, and with the lights of the cop car on,
And the headlights were actually illuminating the shot.
Yes,
you were walking through the beam, and
Yeah, it just created this really cool mood, but lighting is, I think, so neat and so well, it defines that mood and everything you watch. But this guy's a master at it. He really is. Well, James, tell us anything else of what's going on with Struck.
I wish I knew. It's been a while.
We're working as you speak. We're trying to get it out there.
You guys are working on the foundation of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing happens without that foundation being funded and started, ignited.
Yes.
I mean, sure, we have scripts, but scripts are no good unless you've got executive producers who are going to come on and fund the show.
Yes.
And then hire all the people it takes to make it.
Yes. And we were actually standing right in front. I believe it's that door right there. That door
Where you ran
behind
in
us.
to
Yes.
your shop?
It was Noah's
And saw the vision
workroom.
of what
Yes.
eventually was going to become the Ark.
It's where I drew the ark for the first time after receiving the vision from God.
Are you going to cut away and show that in this?
I don't know.
Oh, you
we'll
should,
we'll
so
see.
they can
I'll probably
understand.
play the trailer so they can see the trailer.
Okay. All right, yeah.
But when you see me sketching, that was
In that
shot
room right over there.
right over there, right behind us. So it's kind of cool that we're here again and we're doing this interview. But thanks for joining, you guys. We appreciate it, and stay tuned for more incredible developments as they develop, and we'll let you know.
And
Okay.
I'll see you on set someday.
Yeah, this guy here. What are you working on next, though, by the way?
A couple things, but I can't talk about.
Oh, you
it.
can't talk about them.
You always have to sign these little pieces of paper.
You know,
Do
you
not
could,
disclose.
I won't say anything. I won't say anything about your
No,
project.
but that thing will.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to say anything, right? You guys are going to say anything.
Keep it secret. Well, yeah, there is one I can talk about.
Okay, good.
Kind of.
Good.
It's a action adventure film.
Nice.
You familiar with the TV show Reacher?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be sort of like Reacher, but
Oh,
without
cool.
the sex and the language.
Oh, nice.
Something clean enough for us
Is
to
it
watch.
faith oriented or
Yes, there
just
will be
family?
a very strong element of faith.
Nice. Okay. Well, can you tell us the title yet?
I don't know. It's
Well-
called Breaker.
Breaker.
It's,
All right.
it's about networks
Oh,
and how the world is connected.
nice.
And this guy decides he has the gift to break those breakers or break those networks.
Yes.
And
Sounds interesting.
Find freedom.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned, you guys, because anything James is involved with, it's just going to be, I know it's going to be incredible. So stay tuned for more information, and we'll let you know as it develops too.